Hello everybody and welcome back to Arsen Girl Gaming. My name is Heather and I thank you for joining me for another bite-sized how-to Sims 4 video. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to make a swimmable lake or river or water feature that doesn't look like a pool. So this is something, if you've ever watched any of my speed builds, you'll see that I've done this a few times. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I'm going to do it in a miniature form for you guys so I can do it really quickly, but it'll give you the idea of how it's done. And then you can also check out this video above if you want to see one on a house. And I've also got this video here that'll kind of show them in action. But for now, we're just going to go to the very back of the lot. I like to do it at the very, very, very back. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit Control and, oh, nope, not there. Sorry. I'm going to take down part of this fence because I want the fence out of the way when I do this. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, so now I have it out of the way. What I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to take my custom pool tool here and I'm going to start. And I try to not do, just straight edges. You'll see why in a minute. The back I don't care about so much because it's going to be hidden. So there we go. There is my little swim pond that I am going to have. Next thing I do is come and put some dank, murky water in it. Yeah, I think I'll go with the green. And because we don't want it to look like anything recognizable. And then I will come and I will typically do some kind of natural edging. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and do the rocks. But see how the blue of the edge of the pool shows here? This is where, if you watched my pool video, I talked about changing the interior. So what I want to do is change the interior of my pool so that it doesn't look like it's a pool. So I'm going to look for something. Yeah, that might work. Put it there. Now, let's see. And sometimes I go through a few before I find what makes me happy. I just don't want it to look fake, basically. Let's go down. Let's go down a level and see what we've got here. Nothing to change. Okay, good. So let's go to the floors, do the same thing. I take this solid color here and put that down. Then come back up. And that's a little bit better, okay? But I really hate having all these edges here. So the other thing that you can do, you can come and you can kind of paint them as much as no, that's right. It won't let me. I forgot that it overrides that. Darn it. So I'm going to go back. Let's change this edge. I want something maybe a little bit thinner. So I'm going to do that. No, maybe I'll do black. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so that's thinner because my next step is going to be coming in here and using these rocks. So I start off by taking some of the rocks and using them to hide edges. As best I can. They're going to get hidden too for the most part, and you can resize them and adjust them because the parts that do show, you want them to look kind of organic. Let's actually do some of these. And you can get them pretty much spaced around. Now, I don't worry about this back side almost at all, and you'll see why in a little bit. I'll get there. I really like to just kind of see how everything plays together. Okay, so the idea is I'm covering some of these edges with rocks, but I don't want the whole thing covered. So I really just want a little bit. And you know, because you can make things bigger, you can make things smaller. With the Move Objects tool on, you can stack them in together like that. You really can do pretty much anything you want and achieve any look you're going for. So just mess around with it till it gets to where you like it. So now I've got my edges done. So what I'm going to do is I come back here, I go into trees, and I just plant a boatload of trees. And you can do whatever trees you want. You can put them in the water. You can keep them out of the water. You can resize them. So let's see. There's one that I really like to do in the water. And that's this guy. But he's so massive that I usually will resize him down a little bit. And see how I'm putting their trunks together? I go ahead and flip him. Hello, where'd you go? Whoops, stay there. Nope, I want you. Let's try this again. So I'm going to take him down a little bit. And then see, the trunks are kind of all together and they're overlapping the edge. So, and then I just fill it in. So I don't do all the same trees. I do try to keep the sizes like to make sense, because basically what I want it to look like at the end is like a little forest behind the house with like a creek or something going through it. So see that? And then, I mean, you could throw in as many trees as you want. The bigger the tree, of course, the more coverage it's going to give you. The whole idea is that you just have this wall of trees. I will go into the bushes, and then I grab some bushes and fill in different sizes, of course. And it's all about layering. Like, you know about layering with clothes, it's kind of the same thing. So, because if you think about like a densely populated area in a forest, it's not going to just be really nicely manicured and laid out. So then I'll do that. I'll throw in some flowers. I like to do the flowers at the front so that you see them. And I like to stack them like they're wild, you know? So let's see what we're looking at here. So I still have some empty spots here. A lot of times I'll use this grass. Makes a great wall. And a perfect backdrop for stacking. So then come down and let's see. Depending on what kind of feel I'm going for, I'll throw in some just other plants. And it also depends on like where I'm kind of designing for. So if I'm, and I think it's my pool that's kind of throwing things off. But if I'm designing for an area that's tropical, you know, I'm going to use tropical things that go along with that. So it doesn't feel like, you know, why do you have a palm tree in the middle of, you know, a cold weather area? This other grass here, this low grass, I really love to use to cover up the front. Now the trick is keeping an area open that your sim can use to get into the water and swim, because you don't want them to not be able to swim. You want them to totally be able to get around. Sometimes I will even come in here and grab, where is it? Maybe it's just this one. There's one that is like really rusty, and I'll just kind of tuck it here. And I love, love, love to use flowers. I like it to feel like it's just this wild, flowery forest. And so I'll just kind of do that until I get it the way I think I want it. And now I have an actual area, and you can light it, and you can, if you watched my video when I talked about, putting bubbles and stuff in the pool, you can come and you can use those bubblers, and I won't be able to show you that in this video just because it's not live, but you can take these and you can put these in the bottom of this area here, and then you'll get like steam and bubbles throughout the swimming area. So that's kind of a cool thing, and especially like if it's a winter and you want to make it look like steam is coming off the water, you can totally have that. You can light it. So I could throw some of these lights in here. I could do as many as I wanted, so that when you're playing the game, it looks really cool. I'll just do a ton of light so it's really lit. There we go. So I don't know if it'll show. Let me go to night and see. It may not because I'm not live. But yeah, if I was live, you could probably see the lights in there kind of glowing, and especially when you have the bubbling going, it's just really, really cool to look at. But anyway, you guys, there you go. That is, in a nutshell, how to quickly make yourself a swim pond or river, whatever you want to do. I mean, you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can make it tropical. You can make it non-tropical. You can do whatever you want. Like I keep telling you, it's all about just having fun. I hope you had fun watching this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. Of course, if you'd like to see more and you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Then ring that bell, because that'll let YouTube know you like notifications when I post something new on the channel. And that way you won't miss out on anything coming down the line. And I got lots more coming. I'll see you guys again real soon. Have a great one.